Hello everyone, my name is Surreal Lemming and I'm bringing you another review, this time of Lost Marbles. It's a game developed by a company called Binary Takeover. It's currently on Indie Game Stand for a minimum of about £1, and you can also get it on Deserver for about £7. It comes with Turbo if you beat the average, which has a Steam key, and we'll get onto that later on. It's actually a bit fun. And as you can see, this game is a marble game. I think everyone's played one of these games at some point or another. It's been inspired heavily by games like Marble Madness and the like. It does the whole ball goes down slope and tries not to fall off thing, but it is a slight twist, as if we go to the marble skins, there are 3 different types of marbles. Now this isn't anything unusual, but it does the whole Lost Vikings thing of they've got different stats and you have to swap between them to solve the levels, which is quite fun. Because of that, and it has very tight controls, there isn't much momentum movement in the balls. It feels a lot more like a puzzle platformer, as opposed to your standard go as fast as you can and hold on for dear life while trying to aim roughly at the goal that you get in most marble sort of games. As you can see up here, it supports 360 controller, but I'm using the mouse as navigating the menu with the 360 controller is a bit awkward, but I will be using the controller to play, but it controls perfectly fine with keyboard and mouse as well. Have a look at the options. It's got different audio settings for the game in the menu. I'm not sure why that is, but they do work fine, so that's all good. Video settings are there. You've got full resolution control, you've got anti-aliasing quality, you can turn the brightness up and down, put it in full screen and V-Sync as well, which is quite nice. There isn't much in way of other graphic settings at all, but to be honest, I think most people's computers will be able to run this. It's very low intensity. You've also got controls. I'm pretty sure you can rebind these in a config file, but I haven't looked into that too much. But the general sensitivity and whatnot's nice to have, and hide cursive windowed is a bit of an interesting one. So if you just want to play with the controller, it's quite nice. Shall we have a look at the game then? So like I say, it plays a lot like more like a puzzle platformer. So you've got your movement, which, as you can see, there's like no momentum in the ball at all. It just stops immediately, and I can't actually rotate the camera until I go further down the path. You can rotate the camera in any which way. You can also zoom it in and out. So it has lots and lots of ability of control. So you've got down the slopes, but even then, when you go down the slopes, you really don't go that fast. It plays, like I say, a lot more like a puzzle platformer. It's got leaderboards, which is really nice. I can see a lot of fun there, just trying to beat your scores and your friends' scores. You can't scroll the leaderboard with the 360 controller, but you can do it with the mouse. Some of these times would be quite hard to beat, I can imagine, but with lots of practice, it should be a lot of fun. I'll just play this level, and then I'll go to one of the further on levels where we have a variety of balls to use. So, as you can see, this ball has the ability to jump, and I just missed that jump because I wasn't really concentrating. Let's try that again. The other balls, you have 2 other balls. You have a metal ball, which is heavy and can dash. And then you have a paper ball, which is very light and is able to shrink, so you can get underneath obstacles very easily. And when you get to other levels, you get the ability to swap between them. So let's try that one. So here I've got the paper ball, which allows me to shrink and grow, and I can switch immediately to the rubber ball at any point in time. Basic idea is that you have to use these in tandem in order to complete your objectives. These trapdoor things, the heavier balls, the rubber ball and the metal ball, will fall straight through. So there's lots of variety in what the different balls can actually do in the game. Like, the paper balls can float on these breezy things. As you can see, it is very precarious generally. One little slip of the controller can mean you just fall off instantly. It can be a little tedious and a little frustrating at times, but the level design is pretty solid for the majority of it. And because of that, it is quite fun, because you know there will be a way of doing it quite succinctly. Why did I do that? which is really really nice. It level design is very solid, very very solid. There is also a hardcore mode where you don't get checkpoints in the level, which is fair enough. And when you do other sections, you unlock new skins for your balls. I've unlocked. You start off with that one and get that one. I've unlocked the rivets for the metal, which is quite nice. Downsides: the music is incredibly repetitive and a little dull, I must say, but it's backgroundy enough that it'll just go over your head. It can be really frustrating sometimes. This level, I mean, like, this is where I've got to now. This level can be very annoying because quite soon, after you start it, if you that box there, you have to get that down. But if you mess it up at any point, if you fall off and die, you have to restart the entire level, and the checkpoint doesn't actually work properly. And there are a couple of very annoying things in the game like that. Oh, right there, I now have to restart the level because it's impossible to complete because I can't get past here with the metal ball. Unless I'm just not working out how to do it, but there you go. But that's the same with any sort of puzzle platformer sort of thing. It's always going to be frustrating in parts if you just can't work it out or just don't quite have the skill required. The replayability value is through the roof though, and especially with the leaderboards, it's great for the speedrunning side of things. Reminds me a lot of Nimbus that came out recently. That was picked up very very quickly by the speedrunning community, and I can see this being picked up quite quickly as well. I'd say pick it up. I would pay £3-4 for it quite happily. I'm not sure whether I'd go to the £7 that they're asking on Deserver, but there's always sales, and Indie Game Stand is a great place to pick up deals, so please check out that website. I'll give you a little bit of a view of Turbo now. It's a fun little game. It's like a Connect 3 game, except there is a slight twist in that it's also a rhythm game. The rhythm game elements aren't really played out that much. It just kind of like generates the levels by the music, and there's the odd block also that responds to beats. So it's fun though. It just like your likes of Bejeweled and whatnot, except a little more complicated. There's a lot more depth in it, but because of that, it's also a bit harder to play absent-mindedly. But yeah, for freebie with Indie Game Stand, go for it. It's great fun. I don't absolutely adore it, but I would absolutely recommend the current deal on there, because I mean you can get both for I think like £1.40 at the minute, which is absolutely fantastic. So there you go. I've been Surreal Lemming. Thank you for watching very much. Please leave any comments about the game or about my reviews. I would love to read them, and I shall see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'm signing out.